Hello, my name is Dr. Leonard Lado. I am a psychiatrist that practices in the state of Florida. Perhaps you came across this channel because you became intrigued by the word mind hijacked. I hope that in this channel I'm able to provide you some education in many fields. One of the purposes of this channel is because I became really frustrated with what's happening to our society. My practice is primarily substance abuse, and I'm seeing society falling apart with the amount of drugs that's consuming, not just the United States, but this world. As a practicing psychiatrist, I've become frustrated because some of my patients could do better, but it's not their fault. I wanted to do this channel to provide guidance to people who have mental illnesses, but are afraid to seek help, and more importantly, are afraid to select the right psychiatrist. Among the many topics I will be talking about in this channel is to help you make better choices in your life. You know, believe it or not, the top 3 illnesses, the top 10 conditions in this world that causes death in the United States, heart disease and cancer. Number 3 is the opioid epidemic. There are more deaths in this country than anything else. On that list of mortality and people who die is suicide. And these are things that we don't pay attention to, but you probably have heard of a child or an adolescent who has died by suicide, that you cannot understand what's causing that. Or perhaps somebody, as you see in the news these days, violence, an unexpected, well-looking, well-prepared, very educated person that you appear to be educated uses a gun and kills others. Something is missing here. Something is not right. These are the many topics that I like to talk about. But before I talk about this, I'd like to give you a little background how I got here. I began my education in New York City as a pharmacist. My dream was always to be a doctor. Now, this is something that's changed also. We're living in a time where you're told that doctors are providers and you are clients. And this is part of the hijacking process of your mind. You're creating images that takes away the sensitivity and the emotions of a relationship between you and your doctor. We have become numbers. There's a dehumanizing sense of our society and how we heal each other. One of the reasons I named my practice the Lado Healing Institute, and I precisely said healing because that's what we are, healers. But somewhere it got lost. My journey into medicine, like many of us, was full of passion. We were very privileged to say and understand how the body worked, the mysteries of how the bodies operated. It was a privilege to know the secrets of science. And with that, we came with this passion. And with that passion came the art of saving lives. Things have changed, though. And I hope that in this program, in this channel, I can help you understand what's going on to make better choices in your life. My journey began as a pharmacist. There was a great opportunity to learn about many medicinal plants. There's a course called pharmacognosy. I was fascinated and intrigued where medications came from. That taught me that medicine has evolved. One of the things that I do in my practice is also provide clinical trials and research for new drugs. I learn a great deal of the things that they can do and what they cannot do. So this pharmacy experience helped me become hopefully a better doctor over the years. As I entered medical school, I was impassioned to learn more. We didn't think about insurance. We didn't think about the finances of taking care of patients. We were not taught that very much. In my time, medicine, we were responsible in taking care of the person from beginning to end. I recall as a medical student that I was trained to draw blood and to actually look at the microscope. It was a passionate moment for us that we were able to be involved in all aspects of healthcare. After I finished medical school, I entered a program in surgery. Surgery is a very fascinating field, and I have a high respect to all those surgeons out there. Highly dedicated doctors who save lives, who heal people. However, as time goes by, they have become very much enmeshed and overwhelmed with the economics of medicine. But I'm not here to talk about the economics of medicine. I am here to talk about the experience in becoming a doctor and helping people choose a correct doctor. Sometimes you've probably heard the expression, we don't pick our careers picks us. Often we tend to forget that sometimes those choices are the best. And it tended to be in those days that psychiatry was not a very highly liked profession. In fact, in the year 2000, it was predicted that there will be a shortage of psychiatrists. Somehow, the specialty was not very attractive to a lot of doctors. And now in the year 2020, there's an incredible shortage of psychiatrists. And there's a high epidemic of mental illness as well as substance abuse. And one of the things I keep asking myself as to why there's such an epidemic. Supposedly, as time goes by, our society has supposed to improve our lives, but yet this is deceiving us. Somehow there's something missing. And hopefully in this program, I will be able to show you some of the reasons that this is happening. I will try my best to give you an explanation. One of the things I've learned is that you ask yourself this question: why is there such a high rate of addiction? There are many articles and explanations, but they can't seem to find the right answer. Yes, you can find the mechanism of action, and yes, you can understand the dynamics. But the question is, if we live in such an advanced society, why is there such a high incidence of mental illness? Why is there such a high incidence of substance abuse? I will provide some of these answers in the programs to come. One of the things I get frustrated with when I am at the hospital is that patients we stabilize and we send home come back again. And sometimes the simplest reason is that medication gets changed. There's a lot for our profession to learn. We must learn to communicate among ourselves. I will tell you this: there are many answers and questions as to why healthcare has changed, especially my profession. I will show you how to pick a good psychiatrist. Did you know there are new technologies and new abilities to improve how we treat patients? There's now the ability to do genetic swabs, and we can match your genetics with the right medications. One of the biggest complaints I get in my profession is that the side effects, and people are afraid of these medications, rightfully so. Another topic that nobody talks about, and I challenge my colleagues, is the placebo effect. When we do clinical trials, we have to take into account the placebo effect. Somewhere, somehow, the placebo effect tells us there's some internal healing mechanisms. It is estimated between 20 and 30% of patients, if we don't do a specialized double-blinded study. If I was to give you a medicine or a tablet, even if it's sugar, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's for psychiatry or whether it's for cancer, there's a high probability that 20% if they believe that tablet that you take will heal you, people heal. Something that we will explore in a future program on the placebo effect. These are the many things I want to talk to you about. I hope that I can make it very simple. And I hope with time, your feedback, and I hope that you subscribe to this channel because I'll be able to understand what your needs are. I'd like to share with you a small poem that motivated me to become a psychiatrist. This I found in one of my textbooks years ago. It is the story of a woman in a nursing home. When I say nursing home, you have all these images. But one of the things we think about is the end time of our life. Often we see people who can have no ability to think. And they found this woman's poem. After she died and the nurse went to clean her things, they went through her belongings, and it appeared that this woman left behind a poem. And the poem said like this: "What do you see, nurses? What do you see? Are you thinking when you're looking at me? A crabby old woman, not very wise, uncertain of habit, with faraway eyes, who dribbles her food and makes no reply when you say in a loud voice, I do wish you try. who seems not to notice the things that you do, and forever is losing a stocking or shoe, who unresisting or not lets you do as you will, who forever is losing a stocking or shoe. With bathing and feeding the long day to fill, is that what you're thinking? Is that what you see? Then open your eyes, nurse. You're not looking at me. I will tell you who I am as I sit here so still, as I do at your bidding, as I eat at your will. I am a small child of 10 with a mother and father, brothers and sisters who love one another. A young girl of 16 with wings on her feet, dreaming that soon now a lover she'll meet. A bride soon at 20, my heart gives a leap, remembering the vows that I promised to keep. At 25 now, have young of my own, who need me to build a secure, happy home. A woman of 30, my young now grow fast. At 40, my young one sons have grown and are gone. But my man's beside me, to see I don't mourn. At 50, once more, babies play around my knee. Again, we know children, my loved one and me, but dark days are upon my husband and me. My husband is dead. I look at the future, I shroud it with dread. For my young are all rearing youngs of their own, and I think of the years and the love that I've known. I'm an old woman now, and nature is cruel. 'Tis her jest to make old age look like a fool. The body it crumbles, grace and vigor departs. There's now a stone where once I had a heart. But inside this old carcass a young girl still dwells, and now and again my battered heart swells. I remember the joys, I remember the pain, and I'm loving and living life over again. I think of the years all too few and gone too fast, and I accept the stark fact that nothing can last. So open your eyes, nurse, open and see. Not a crabby old woman. Look closer, see me. Thank you for this time, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.